Alright, hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So for today I wanted to go over a walk around and some specs of our 2020 Mini Cooper SE electric. S is for sport, E is for electric. This is a car that Mini just released. I believe they began taking pre-orders in October of 2019. We are one of the first to receive it here in the US. I believe I'm the first owner on YouTube to be posting. And so I did just a quick delivery video the other day and really didn't show much of the car. So I wanted to back that up with this video, giving a walk around of all of the specs and just some particulars on the car. So first off, the car has a 32.6 kilowatt hour battery pack. 28.9 kilowatt hours of that energy is accessible. So that's about 90% of the battery's capacity is accessible for driving. I think that's actually a wise thing for Mini to do. Even though it lowers its EPA rated range, it allows you to plug it in and charge it up to 100% and protect that top few percent of the battery pack. There is no way to prevent the battery from charging all the way without unplugging it previous to being fully charged. There is no way to go into the software to prevent that. So I think it's wise for Mini to only make 90% or so of the battery capacity available for use. So as you can see, our particular car is black on black. We also have the glass roof, which the front portion is an opening sunroof. It can vent at the rear or it can open all the way back. I've yet to hear any reviewers even address that at all, but it was an important item for us. And we have the second options package. So the base trim comes pretty well equipped, but when you go one step up, you get the glass roof with the opening sunroof, navigation, Harman Kardon sound. You get certain features that aren't there on the base model. And then the iconic is the top trim, which gives you leather interior and some other goodies. But this is the middle trim pack. You can see that it's a two-tone fabric on the seats, and this feels like tweed fabric, is actually very comfortable. This is a faux leather, basically vinyl sides. The stitching is very high quality, deeply bolstered, but very, very comfortable. The seats, per typical Mini spec, the seats are pump up and down, and also the thigh support slides forward and back. Our BMW has the same feature. I really love that. The cockpit is laid out very, very nicely in this car. If you're familiar with Minis at all, it will look very familiar to you, with the exception of the gear selector and the front screen. What is unique to the Mini Electric is the gear selector is a different form factor than the gas-powered Mini, and also the front screen. So the standard Mini uses a gauge binnacle, whereas with the electric you have this LCD display. This LCD display is currently unique to the electric Mini only. It will be moved over to the gas-powered Mini at some point, but for now it's a Mini only feature. Now there is a satin screen cover that is permanent, it doesn't come off, that gives a different look to the gauge binnacle screen versus the center screen. I believe that that's done to reduce glare. The steering wheel is telescoping and tilt adjustable. And it's also it's very comfortable. Again, if you've driven a Mini, this will all be familiar to you. But the steering wheels on Minis, the dashboard, the cockpit layout is very intuitive and user-friendly. What's not so intuitive is the BMW iDrive system. And I'm not going to go through that in depth. I'll go through that in another video. But it's somewhat non-intuitive. It's just something you have to get used to. We also own a BMW, and so for us, we understand it, but it is not the easiest infotainment system to use. It is beautiful in sound quality, however, and the switch gear is high quality. You can select from high regen to low regen. You can also turn traction control off, and it gives you a warning on the center console that the dynamic traction control has been activated, and this toggle switches between green and sport. So you've got on the center screen, let's see here, we'll go sport mode, and you can see the car changes look on the screen as you toggle through. Then there's mid, which would be a standard driving mode, green mode, which conserves a bit of energy, and then green plus. And basically the green and green plus modes reduce the throttle response to make a softer throttle reaction to the car. It also minimizes the climate control. But ultimately, if you just are conservative with your use of the accelerator, you can achieve the same mileage range results. So let's go around back and open the hatch. You could hear the interesting sounds this car makes. It has a bit of a George Jetson sound to it. Coming around back, it's your standard mini hatch. Actually pretty decent storage space for what it is. Beneath the floor you've got a pocket. This is a tire repair kit, and this is a charge cable, front license plate bracket. But you could also use that for general storage if you'd like. The seats do fold forward, and also something nice, let me remove this here. You can take the tonneau cover off, but one additional nice feature, you can flop the seat all the way down if you'd like. However, you can also flip up this tab and provide a more square loading area for boxes or other items that you would want just a little bit more space, but still having the seat backs there to hold the cargo where you'd like it. Pull that back. The headrests will fold forward, fold up for the passengers, fold down to provide a better line of sight to the rear. So let's fold both seats down so you can see the cargo area. Quite a bit of cargo room. I don't remember the volume off the top of my head. I'll put it at the bottom of the screen. I'll look it up for you. But it's actually quite a bit of cargo space, all things considered, for such a small car. So we'll go ahead and stand the seats up. So I'm going to go ahead and climb in and show you guys what the interior space is like from a back seat standpoint. I'll edit that out. So, as with most two-door cars with a back seat, you need to flip the seats forward. There's a tab on the rear. It not only leans the seat back, but it also slides it forward on the rails. So we'll go ahead and climb in back. So, for a tiny car, there's actually quite a bit of room. I'm 5'10", and I fit with quite a bit of headroom. The moonroof is just wonderful. When you're in the back, you've got the clear glass. I'll fold the seat back here so you can see the leg room. So I've got a decent amount of leg room. My feet are comfortably underneath the seat. To be perfectly honest with you, this car actually is nicer in the back seat than our BMW M240i. Really like that. Just some other little interesting features as well. Let me climb out. So a couple of other interesting features in the car. The center armrest has a small, just a little carrying area for your cell phone. It is height adjustable. You can lock it in various height positions. You can fold it out of the way and have a spot, woman to set her purse or a bag, whatever's convenient. Also, there is a side visor, and many of these things are common to Minis, but a lot of people don't realize they're there. Rather than one long visor that you flip out of the way, you have two separate visors. So let's see here. There's the sunroof. Nice and smooth one-touch operation. It also has your typical windscreen in the front. George Jetson sounds. So one-touch close as well. And You can leave it vented if you'd like. Close it down, and a sunshade. All right, so we'll go ahead and open up the hood and show you what's underneath there. And if you're familiar with BMWs, it's a double pull on the hood release. Again, just a common thing with BMW vehicles. The BMW heritage or ownership comes through while retaining the British heritage of the car. The doors have a very solid feel to them, very heavy, and just a sort of a quality feel. It's got your typical BMW/Mini trait of the headlight circles remaining fixed with the hood, gas struts to hold up the hood. You're greeted with just a big plastic engine cover or electric motor cover. If you remove this cover, it just snaps down with some rubber snaps. Put that out of the way. This is the drive unit. It's 181 horsepower that comes out of the BMW i3S. And they just basically put it right up into the otherwise gas engine powered Mini unibody. And in doing so, what they do is they fabricate a sort of a Ducati motorcycle trellis frame here to support the drive unit within the unibody itself. It's actually very well packaged. The quality is high, as you would expect from a more premium brand. This is the 12-volt access, positive terminal for the 12-volt accessory battery. Again, it's well laid out. Everything's easy to access. And I know a number of people are unhappy that this is a parts bin car, that they've sourced a drive unit from one car, put it in the body of another, and that most people would prefer seeing an EV as a purpose-built EV. But I actually think it's wise. It allows BMW Mini to keep the cost down by sourcing parts bin, a drive unit, battery pack, inverter, charger, everything from an existing vehicle, and the body, suspension, and interior structure from another existing vehicle. Keeps the cost down, and I think it was a wise choice for the purpose for which this vehicle was designed and intended. So the last thing that I want to comment on is the elephant in the room, and that's the range. This car is rated at 110 miles of range on a full charge, and many people find that to be a problem. As they say with real estate, location, location, location. With electric cars, it's range, range, range. But we bought this car without really putting a lot of consideration into the range as an aspect that we looked at. And the main reason for that is we already have other cars to do long distance driving. So in this instance, we wanted a car that was going to be fun. The 110 miles is very reasonable. In fact, I would say it's probably closer to 125 miles. But I'll do some specific range testing for you later, and I'm going to dive deeper into my philosophy regarding range in a future video. So in the interest of keeping this video short, I want to sign off and just tell you guys that I appreciate all of you. I do know that the Tesla devotees probably aren't that happy that I purchased a vehicle from another brand. Part of it was that my wife fell in love with this car. Honestly, it's probably going to become her daily driver, maybe even just permanently her car. And so I wanted to usher her into an EV, and the Mini brand was one sure way to do that. So anyway, thanks a lot, guys. My name is Matt. This is Tech Forum. I appreciate you tuning in. Keep your eye on the channel. It's not going to be very Mini heavy. It's going to be my Tesla primarily, but right now we just got the Mini, so I'm focusing more attention on this car. So thanks a lot, guys. Have yourselves a wonderful day. Bye-bye now.